I want 10 million cash, stars in the ceiling. I want her being frank, down to a penny. I want to do the dash, run through the city. I want her had a raw, used to be on Ritalin. I want.
Oh, what you know good, no good. It's your boy Blount.
It's your boy, Ross.
And this is
the Sit Down.
Another episode,
Family, what's happening? We bite,
what
man.
What you know. How y'all feeling today?
Oh,
how
my
y'all
no
living?
good. What good you did today?
Yes,
Let me know, talk to me.
Yes, sir. We gonna have a little talk to Father God right quick, and we gonna kick it off with the verse of the day. Coming from Romans chapter 14, verse 12. So then each of us will give an account to himself to God. And that kind of ties in with our subject today, but we're gonna go ahead and let my boy do what he does best.
Man. Hey, man. Say, man. Fam. You know I got the scent for you. The scent for the day, man. The Versace E-Rose.
Versace.
You got mint. Green apple. With that lower level note of vanilla. With that oak moss. Oh, man. Come on, boy. I'm telling you.
That sound like it smells good.
Listen. You want your woman to trip? You want to leave the house? You got to leave the house with her. I can promise you that, man.
Yeah.
Versace. Hey, man.
Yes, sir. So, you talking about putting on cologne and leaving the house. So, if you wear that outside of your house, outside of your wife, it sounds like you got to be accountable for what happens.
Yeah.
With that cologne on it, she calling somebody in the background talking about you smell so good. Like,
exactly.
You better be ready for it.
Listen, man. Hey. this topic here, accountability.
Yes, sir. Accountability.
That, hey, do you hold yourself accountable?
Man, I try to do the best I can. It's to the point that I want to get accountability tattooed right above my knee, right there, just all the way around, because I feel like that's something that we all say we have, but we all still lack that accountability in certain areas. Not saying that we don't hold ourselves accountable, because we all do, but at the same time, it's kind of it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that, as men and women, we both lack accountability in certain situations. Just certain times in life, who don't like to be wrong? Exactly. Who wants to be wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know nobody who like being wrong. And I know with men and women, not want to be wrong in an argument. A lot of time we lack that accountability of, hey, let me bring my ego down in this.
Yeah.
Like, that ego can push this conversation or this topic we talking about farther.
Yeah.
And it don't even got to go there. So, yeah, man, accountability, man, hey, is we standing on it.
Yeah, so do you think that most people avoid it, like being accountable?
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be bad at it back earlier on in a relationship.
Yeah.
I was terrible at it, holding myself accountable. And I just was really had to, it being broken down to me on just past relationship. No, who I'm gonna give my flowers to? I'm gonna give my flowers to my wife.
Yeah.
I got to give those flowers for that, of just talking and learning more on, like, okay, you can be wrong and not go off the deep end, or you can be wrong and be an adult about it. And and I lacked that at first.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting a whole lot better. I'm getting way better at it. You know, I just think the progress that I come from, and just think my wife being patient with me, just me having patience with myself for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not an easy thing. It's definitely not an easy thing on holding yourself accountable, because I want to say, you know, as being, I think we try to use as how we was raised, but that ain't an excuse no more. And so I had to come up out of that, of using that as an excuse on how I handle certain situations. And another, not to veer off your question, but another sapsucker I want to give my flowers to, man, you know, just being around good brothers. You, the Trez, my cousin, my brother, my uncles, my partner's fathers, that just
It's a long line.
Just anybody that had that touch in my life to help me out of guiding on trying to be a better man, of holding myself accountable on being that man. So yeah, man, I definitely had to work at it. You know, what are some things that you know that you feel like maybe you didn't hold yourself accountable for, but you maybe look back at it or had a conversation with somebody and you like, okay, I was wrong in that situation. Do you ever have those moments?
Oh yeah, I have them less than I used to, like you say, early off in the marriage, because now it's kind of like I needed to go through those things to understand where I'm at now. Like, one big thing with me was being accountable with finances. Like,
Yeah.
when I first got into marriage, all I knew was me. Like, all I know is, shit, I ain't got that many responsibilities, and now adding on a new one, I don't know how to balance it out. So there's no way I can be accountable for everything you want and need, and then me still have what I want and need, because it's a line between deserving and desire, so to speak. Like, if I feel like I deserve it, I'm gonna get it for myself, but I also have to be accountable for how I maneuver that money around. And that was me managing money. Like, I was still getting the whole when I could have did the half. Like, and that just not no drug relativity in that statement. It's just that I could have got one piece of catfish, but I wanted 2 pieces. And I wanted to eat Waffle House every day, and I wanted to do this, and then when money started dwindling, I had to be accountable for, okay, there go the bill.
Exactly.
Hey, man, I might have it, and that might wasn't working. And I used to try to avoid the conversation by not having it, but all I really had to do was make sure I managed my money better. And was accountable for when I didn't have it. I had a good excuse for it, so to speak. Like, well, you remember we did go out to eat and spend $200. You wanted me to swipe my card. Like, so, oh yeah, I do remember that. Like, it's a whole bunch of and I feel like you, with a person, I feel like you should be able to do that without shame. Like,
most definitely.
I feel like you should be able to talk to your spouse and tell them what's going on and not feel shameful about it. And that comes with them not throwing it back in your face, too.
Exactly. That's a great point that you just made. Because, like I said, it breaks down to a pride thing. You know, we're all prideful, male and female. We're all prideful, and it's like times we have to navigate on through trying to let me humble that pride, or let me just humble myself, period, because I just blew up, and it didn't even have to go the way it went. It didn't take the turn it took. No, we could have kept going straight. staying in this slow lane and had a great conversation about it, but
Yeah.
that pride and ego of a lot of times somebody feel, oh, they losing the argument.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't a win or a loss on the argument. It's not even an argument. It supposed to be like, hey, we got a problem. Let's work through it.
Yeah.
And we don't do that a lot. Because you can sit down, like right now we sit here and say, oh yeah, you sit down and you work through it, but you still have life.
Mm-hmm.
You have days that whatever you may is going on in your life, or just a bad day. Like you just have bad days sometimes, and it's hard to have that bad day and then let's have this mature conversation. You might not even want to have that conversation at that time, but your spouse is ready to.
I mean, most of the time outside of the weekend, Monday through Thursday, I'm not going out to eat Monday through Thursday. We eat at the house. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, free reign. Like, I can't handle, like you say, having a rough day and then coming home and having a too serious conversation. Like, my spirit don't be, I can't handle that. Like, sometimes I can get myself together to have those conversations, but then a lot of times certain things in life become repetitive.
Yeah.
And then versus us holding ourselves accountable and being like, you know what? This happened last time I did ... Let me change this up this time. Let me be accountable, take some accountability and be the adult this time instead of being childish and it's going, like you say, turn into an argument when it all could be just, hey baby, I don't feel like talking right now. Let's talk later. Hey, chill. You get too loud.
I like that point you just made, so I got a great question for you.
Yes, sir.
With the point you just made, do you feel like apologizing, the power of apology is strong in a relationship in the first beginning or later on? Or is it, do you feel as if apologizing just hold all the power?
I feel like it's more sincere in the beginning because you really like that person and you're growing to love them. So it's kind of like apologizing at the beginning, be like, dang, baby, I'm sorry I missed your call. Like, I was asleep. Like, I understand you wanted to talk, but I apologize. I was so tired from work. And then on the other end, it's more sincere too because it's so much accountability in the beginning of a relationship. Like I said, it was going to be a good subject because you're holding yourself accountable for each other's feelings and emotions in the beginning. Like, you up here really trying to get to know that person, so anything you say out the way, you put it in your mind like, oh, she don't like that. Oh, he don't like that, so I'm gonna do this. But then once you get toward the end, I called you. Well, shit, I was at work, man. What's up? You ain't talking about that anyway. What's up? What you need, baby? You good? And you know, not to cut you off, and that's something that we got to work on. That's something we got to work on, definitely, man. I definitely been working on that.
Because, like, why is it, you know, that we, in the first beginning, it's so much of that love and respect and that accountability, them apologies, they're so sincere, but as years you've been together, it's like we deflect from it.
Yeah.
We run away from it, and it's like, why is that?
We want something new. And not saying like a new person, we all want a new feeling. And we want the right new feeling. Like getting a new car.
Yeah.
Like, you see so many people around in a new car that you feel like you need one. But naturally, you just need one to get back and forth.
Yeah, that's it, A to B.
And just like in a marriage or a relationship, saying that you're beautiful ain't gonna hit from me like it is from somebody you never hear from or somebody you hear from. Just like hearing handsome ain't gonna hit, so to speak. It gonna hit because you know what I'm saying, you my old lady, like, hey, I look good.
Yeah.
But then somebody else tell you that, you gonna be kind of like, I wasn't even expecting that today. Like, I thought I was just out here chilling. Like, I ain't got no haircut in there. I don't have. It just get old, so to speak.
I was like, I'm biased with you on that one.
Yeah.
Because when I hear it from my wife, it's like, oh, all right, oh yeah, I don't throw that shit on. I don't throw that shit on for real. But you know, hearing it from people, you like, it's cool, but it's like I ain't gonna say I'm expecting it, but
no.
It's like I don't know, like you saying it really because of maybe
a sexual attraction.
Yeah, and my mind ain't even on that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like you can tell, like you can tell when how a person speak to you. Like, okay, like you being extra. Like, yeah,
like you said, you can tell when it's genuine.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But that's what make it. That's what I meant by it hit different when you just out and you know this chick ain't trying to holler at you, just like your old lady know the dude ain't trying to holler at him. Like, oh my God, you beautiful. She gonna be like, dang, you know what? That felt good. Just like you gonna be like, oh my God, you're so handsome. Like, you have a great day. You be like, oh, I looking good. And then, like you say, the icing on top, your old lady tell you, oh, yeah, I'm looking good. They compliment me out here. I told you I don't even want to be handsome to women. Like, this lady told me I had nice legs. I had to go back and tell my wife. Like, I'm waiting on her to tell. I wish she could zoom in on that. Like, I'm waiting on my wife to tell me I got a nice leg. Yeah.
Nice.
I work out on her. I want to sit with a cross.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We got a leg model in here.
Yeah. Hey, y'all get at me.
But
Get at me.
man. Like, I, you know, and I know I'm wrong for this, but I'm human, and I know, you know, men have their opinions and stuff, but yeah, boy, when you had said that, my whole head was up in the suite.
You need to leave.
Yeah, I turned in YM mode. Yeah, up in the suite. Oh, you're beautiful. Yeah, they follow.
But you know she beautiful. Like, no, you ain't gotta do it while you with me. Then one old head did do it one time. We was in the club. He was like, "Excuse me, sir, I don't mean no disrespect, but ma'am, you're so beautiful." I'm like, yeah, that me.
I can accept that now. I can accept that,
he
but
made eye contact, everything. But you just come on there. You so beautiful, and I'm right there.
Exactly, man. Cause I'm telling you, you know, I'm thinking about this serenade, but you know, I ain't gonna get on that. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna restrain myself from that one. But the thing is that with accountability, though, that I think I strongly feel that we all need to work on it. It ain't just the men, it ain't just the women. That's something we all strongly need to work on, because at some point in your life, you didn't hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
At some point, I don't care if it's in a relationship or not, you done in a relationship. Let's just be real. Hey, we here. So let's just be real. Like, you've done it in a relationship, and you know, we got to have that accountability to tell ourselves that, hey, yeah, I've done that. Let's be mature. Let's be grown folks to, hey, I was wrong in that situation.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I could have handled that a whole lot better. Another thing, man, like being out in public speaking, man, what happened to speaking now?
I don't want to talk to nobody no more.
Like, we done, are we so brainwashed with the music? Well, cause you know, we was all on it. We was all on it. You know, that certain music that tell you, you know, real ones don't speak. That's you know, at that time, you know, being young minded, it sounded cool. But I'm like, I'm happy. I'm having a great day. I wouldn't mind letting some of this juju off on somebody else. You know, I'm hoping that my positivity get pushed off on you.
No, for real. People don't want to do it.
And you got and another thing, just because we see people that don't really smile and stuff, that don't mean that person having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like I've learned that sometimes, and I got to stop that. If I don't have a smile on my face, when somebody see me, they usually won't speak or I would just say try to do anything to hinder my day or hinder my mood.
Yeah.
Like if I'm looking like folks, oh man, he mean, oh yeah, man, ask motherfucker. Excuse me. Ask the people who know me, that. Oh yeah, man, bro, cool. He gon'. Yeah. That's what they gonna tell you. But I guess of just laughing, I was like, man, when I had a smile on my face, it like I was giving people tail to kiss. But when I don't have a smile, it like more people either try to come brighten my day up or either just go along like, I ain't gonna mess with him. He look like he ain't in. No, I'm always usually in an excellent mood. I don't have the facial for it, but I'm usually in an excellent mood. But I have to hold myself accountable when I'm not though.
Yeah.
Because I can be a little tornado sometimes. Hell yeah, I can be a little tornado. Just walk around, look like I'm mad as hell, and won't speak. But it's not that I'm mad with anyone. It's I'm battling with demons inside of me, that PTSD that I'm trying to fight. And a lot of times I can tell you, but it's easier talking to somebody who actually been through it.
Nah, for real.
So we gel on it more better, and it's harder explaining to somebody who hasn't been through it, and and they a lot of times not gonna have that sympathy to like, okay,
I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly, because you never been through it, so it's a lot of stuff you ain't gonna get. That's like growing up in the suburbs. I don't know what to go having it just say, hey Mom, can I get that? And it's got.
Nah, for real.
I know of the, hey, can I get that? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that this year. Yeah. Don't keep asking me that type stuff, but so yeah, I hold myself accountable much as possible, but like I said, I'm still working. I know there's a lot of stuff that I still need to work on. But I'm a work in progress. And I can admit that I'm cold-heartedly a work in progress.
We all have to work on apologizing and making things right, so to speak. We all have to be accountable of our feelings, our emotions, our facial expression, because a lot of times I have to tell people, I work in a hospital, so I have to remember that I'm black. So I have to be accountable for my facial expressions and make sure I'm smiling and make sure I have a certain octave, because if I'm too loud, then I'm this person, and if I'm too blank, I'm this person. Yeah. So I have to be like right in that gray area. And then as far as me being accountable at home, I have to have those conversations. That's something I have to work on, because like you say, all of us got a little of something, and it was like ADHD, like I get to the point we talking, I be moving around. I really have to slow myself down and sit down and think about what's going on as far as how she feeling and how I'm feeling. Exactly. And a lot of times, like you say, we gotta take that hour or a day or two or three for it to get talked about, because we're all basking in our own feelings. Yeah. Like we all up here trying to figure out how to fix it and be accountable for the things we did do versus acting like we ain't do nothing. Exactly, I think that's a lot. I think that comes with a lot of being accountable too, because a lot of people try to act like they ain't did nothing. Oh yeah. Like, if you just own up to it, and it happened with me at work. We was about to have a pointless meeting, and I went to the supervisor like, hey, we don't need to have that meeting. That's my stuff. Don't stop them ladies from working, because that's me. I messed that up and I'ma fix it.
Yeah.
For the end of the day, it was fixed because I was accountable for something that I knew I messed up versus just sitting there having that meeting and sitting down looking like.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like a lot of people do that in a relationship. Like people get in a relationship and wonder why people are lashing out or wonder why people get mad or act a certain way because y'all just sitting there not being accountable. And people ain't too keen to that. Like I made a post a few weeks ago and I was like, I ain't letting ish slide. Like I'm not a let slide person because you need to be accountable for the stuff that you did.
Exactly.
If I tell you I don't like it or if you did it in a way or in a manner that doesn't align with me seeing that as being accountable, I'm gonna let you know. I can't let it slide.
Yeah.
So I try to do that as well as my marriage, but I have to do that with a grain of salt, so to speak. Like I can't just I think that we don't, as men, so to speak, like to hold ourselves accountable, but we have to. Like,
damn,
you know what? I just gotta. I did it. Yeah, you're right, baby. We had to sit there, but I feel like on the spectrum, and it just coming from being married and talking to a married man, I feel like a lot of women sit there and yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh. If the man right.
I've done it before and just sat there blank. Like, yeah, you right. You're not showing me the right attention. You don't love. Is now I'm not holding myself accountable for your feelings, but I really got to hold myself accountable for my feelings.
Yeah.
And that's we all lack it in the marriage in certain ways, whether it's with finances, emotions, chores, like. We all have to help each other out and be more accountable.
Because, like I said, man, it really evolves back to the old days. Women want protector and a provider, and men want that little house on the prairie. I get home, cook meal.
And peace. That's peace for us.
And, cook meal, bath water ran, and we're in new times, and I think everybody is trying to use a little, like I said, from back then and integrate it in now, and it is not working.
No, because you can't do both.
Yeah, that like I always tell my daughter, I said, bougie and ratchet do not mix to me.
Nah.
You can't be bougie and ratchet.
One gonna take over.
And not saying, that she bougie or ratchet or nothing like that, but I always that's something that I always say anyway to any female figure in my family or anybody that I love, like bougie and ratchet, that don't matter. And it doesn't. And so I just feel like, we got to stop that and come up with our own way of navigating through our accountability. Just far as if it finances or if it's just showing that love or if it's just, like you said, cleaning. Like, hey, who got the kids this time?
Yeah.
Just holding ourselves accountable, and what we don't do and everybody say they do, talk. And I'm talking about talking, actually listen.
Active listening.
And why I'm saying that for, because a lot of time we talk to respond. I know I was keen on that one time. I'm not really listening. I'm just talking to respond because I'm going off your octave. If your octaves are at a tone where I'm feeling like I'm being threatened or, I'm going to match that energy. And I had to learn that I can't match the same energy all the time because you maybe was mad. You probably had already had so much stress on you earlier that it is not even from me, but this small little one thing triggered us in this conversation, and now it's all hell done broke loose.
Yeah.
And as being a man, you have to, tell yourself like, oh, okay, I wasn't mad, and then when the conversation started, why am I getting mad now? Like, I got to hold myself to that standard of, I'm gonna let you have your emotions right now. Even though I'm definitely not saying that men do not have the right to have their emotions, but because we definitely do, and that's something we definitely do not speak upon or teach.
No, for real.
Nowadays, back in the days, it was called soft, or you being acting like a girl.
You weak.
Weak, yes. And that's a stigma I just want out of my vocabulary, because we're all human. We're all people at the end of the day, and a man has feelings just as well as a woman. That don't mean because that man, and that's another thing. I hate to keep cutting off, but women ask to be with a emotional, intelligent man, and when you actually receive it, you don't know how to navigate of receiving that emotional, intelligent man. So it wraps back around to accountability on, hey, even as a woman, you have to sit yourself back and let my man, something has got him riled up or something, let me just sit back and see, can I find out what's going on? Just as well as a man have to do. And when he's paying attention to his woman or spouse or whoever, or whatever situation you happen to be in, same marriages, like whatever, you still have to sit there and listen to your partner at the end of the day to, hey, let me see exactly what's wrong, because for you to be going off the deep end, it had to be something happen, especially when you ain't done anything or something like that. So now that's your time as that partner to be that partner on, hey, let me find out why you going off on this deep end. And a lot of us don't do that. I know I'm definitely one of those ones that didn't do that. It took time to, okay, I know I didn't cause this, so let me see what caused this. What's going on? Can I prevent this from happening again? If not, what can I do to help soothe your emotions to you not getting in this realm here again? So yeah, I really just hold myself accountable, and I feel like we all should do that.
Yeah.
Which we don't. Like I said, you gonna have your days. You gonna have your days. It's a growing process. It's a what most old people say, growing pain.
Man, that
but,
routine.
Yeah, and consistency. You got to stay consistent on it. Like my question is to you, how do you hold yourself accountable without shame?
You're going to speak my piece, so to speak. So I'm already going in it knowing possibly that whoever I'm telling this to don't really give a damn. Like, that'd be my mentality. Like, whether it's my wife, a supervisor, or a person that I just want to vent to, which is not many people, is like, I already go in here knowing that this person either A, understands what I'm going through, or B, really don't, give a damn. And
yeah.
I just go ahead and pick B. Like, even if they understand it, like with my wife, even if she understands what I'm going through, I always chop it up to, why be shameful when at the end of the day, nobody really care about it but me. For real, like, that's how I view it, because ain't nothing wrong with, being accountable for, hey, babe, I messed up.
Yeah.
Knowing that you don't really care about this apology. It's just that I gotta give it, because if I don't, it's gonna seem like I'm not holding myself accountable.
Yeah. I mean, you speaking on you.
Yeah,
you speaking on you. So I would say when ain't no missing time when I apologize. You know, I had that. You know, I really want to apologize. You know, it wasn't sincere.
Yeah.
But when I do apologize and it's sincere, you know, I try to make sure you feel it. If not on showing it, also, you know, giving my love language, touch. So I'ma do my damnedest on showing you that if I'm apologizing, that hey, I'm serious about this time. You know, it ain't no, I'm just telling you I'm sorry to end the conversation or make you feel better. No, I'm actually sorry because hey, I'm feeling bad because you feeling bad because I got you feeling.
Right.
You know, I'm feeling this way because we at odds. And I feel like us as partners, if we say we love each other, respect each other, honor each other, we should have that simple grace for each other to, hey, my partner's able to have their emotions, male or female.
Yeah.
And got to hold ourselves accountable of showing that partner, okay, hey, when you was pouring your heart out earlier, or when you was making your statement earlier, I was wrong for saying, hey, you was emotional. Or I was wrong for not letting you have your emotions.
Yeah.
And be accountable and actually, ain't nothing wrong with you saying that. Men or women, it's nothing wrong with you holding yourself accountable, being, hey,
I feel like that make you shameful though, when somebody tell you that, you know, you being soft or weak or you and your feelings or they treat you like your emotions don't matter. That's why I always,
if you got any kind of emotions of hell, if you got any kind of self-respect, that's gonna anybody. I don't care if you the toughest person in the world or the softest person.
yo,
Like, that's gonna be a problem with anybody, you know, that I feel. You know, I feel I could be wrong, you know. Hey, talk to us, man. Drop them comments. How y'all feel about this? Because this accountability, man, I feel this getting deep. It's getting deep. It's getting deep.
Yeah.
So, you know, who holding themselves accountable out there?
We need different views from different crews.
Yeah, I want to know. We want to know. You want to know. We all want to know. Accountability. Let's hold ourselves accountable by putting down what we holding ourselves accountable about.
Yeah.
Accountability, man. That's the main thing. What we gonna do is hold ourselves accountable. Fuck at that. Oh, it's a little, my bad. Yeah. But yeah, man, back at it. But yeah, we holding ourselves accountable. Accountability. Let us know down in the comments. Email us. We got y'all. Y'all got us.
We are here.
We are here now, man. We are here.
Ski.
You know, we didn't mean to hold y'all this long, man. But hey, man, you know when the conversation get to conversating, hey, it get there. It get there.
You gotta take it though.
But to all my no-gooders that know no good, man, what we doing, man? We getting out here doing good.
Yes, sir, Ski.
You been with Mr. Blount.
Yes, sir.
And you already know I'm rolling. Ross. And this has been the Sit Down.
Here we are, and we are out of here.
All right, family.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
I want to me cash, stars in the ceiling. I want her being frank, down to a penny. I want to do the dash, run through the city. I want her had a raw, used to be on Ritalin. I want her love.